Chapter 16, text 6.
Okay. 5.
Huh?
5.
5.
1 to 4 was done yesterday.
We're doing 5. 5, 6. 5. Okay. 16, 5. Devi Sampat Vimokshaya Nibandaya Asuri Mata Ma Sucha Sampadam Devim Abhijata Pandava Devi Sampat Vimokshaya Nibandaya Suri Mata Masucha Sampadevi Abhijato Asipandava Devi Sambhavi Mokshaya Nibandaya Surimata Masucha Sampadevi Abhijato Asipandava Devi Sambhavi Mokshaya Nibandaya Surimata Masucha Sambhadevi Abhijato Asipandava. What translation? Devi, transcendental. Sambhad, assets. Vimokshaya, made for liberation. Vibandaya, for bondage. Asuri, demoniac qualities. Mata, are considered. Ma, do not. Sucha, word. Sambadam, assets. Devim, transcendental. Abhijata, born of. Asi, you are. Pandava, or son of Pandava. Translation to Papa by Divine Grace, the transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities meant for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandava. You are born with the divine qualities. Please repeat. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities meant for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandava, for you are born with the divine qualities. Translation. Papa by His Divine Grace says, Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna by telling him that he was not born with demonic qualities. His involvement in the fight was not demonic because he was considering the pros and cons. He was considering whether respectable persons such as Bhishma and Drona could be killed or not. So he was not acting under the influence of anger, false prestige, or harshness. Therefore, he was not of the quality of the demons. For a Kshatriya, a military man, shooting arrows at the enemy is considered transcendental, and refraining from such a duty is demoniac. Therefore, there was no cause for Arjuna to lament. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of the different orders of life is transcendentally situated. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I'd like to thank Prabhu Anand for giving me this opportunity. I'm not qualified to be here. I'm not qualified to be sitting here and talking about these subjects in front of. I always consider myself, like what, not even near to that, but Prahlad Maharaj, he's always, encouraging. He's born of a demonic family, he's born of a demonic nature. So he kind of encourages, his other fellow children when, he's encouraging them and preaching to them to become Krishna conscious. So, I think the lowest of that class, But, by the mercy of Prabhuji and under great devotees, Srila Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, I've been given this chance to, kind of engage myself in devotional service and practice devotional service. So I pray that, by your blessings, I can say something. Here I will say this is the chapter about the divine and the demonic nature. And basically, we practice ahimsa, we are non-violent, that is what, is taught in the scriptures. But still we see sometimes that we are, forced to, like here, Arjuna, Prabhupada is mentioning in his purport, that though Arjuna was, in this predicament, he's in front of his, Bhishma, his grandfather, his teacher, Dronacharya, and, his brothers and cousins. And, he's perplexed. He's like, who fights with? I mean, culturally, like, African culture, you cannot even raise your finger to your grandfather. It's abominable. And here, Arjuna is, standing in front of his grandfather, and he wants to kill him, he wants to, shoot arrows at him. So he's just like, he doesn't even know what to do. He can't even figure out, what to think of. But still, you see, Krishna is, encouraging him, is, telling him that you are not born of the demonic, mentality, or you're not demoniac in nature. Your nature is divine. So it's kind of very very difficult to define sometimes what is demoniac and what is as I said, you see Prahlad Maharaj is born of a demoniac family, and he's one of the greatest devotees in the scriptures. So according to our activities, Prabhuji was saying, it sums up in engaging ourselves in emotional service. Arjuna being in such a state of perplexity and being behind Krishna. So Krishna was telling him, whatever you do, you are doing it for me. You're not doing it for yourself. So these activities that though is going to be like very demonic, because this war is going to kill a lot of people. But at the same time, because you are doing it for the sake of me, for the sake of Krishna, then you have no demonic, nature. So this is what differentiates, the demons versus the divinity. You see, even Dronacharya, not Dronacharya, Duryodhana and his blind father, These were, people who are very close to Krishna. They were seeing Krishna every day. Wherever Krishna, used to come to visit the Pandavas, Duryodhana and them used to have, time to, see Krishna. Krishna would talk to them, but somehow or other, they were so clouded, so blinded that, they could not, see, or, realize who Krishna is. So it's difficult, We also see sometimes in our day-to-day activities, when we are, doing devotional service, sometimes you find it, you do devotional service, you're like, what is happening? Why I am not, progressing? Why I'm not, why do I have kind of this, like I'm saying, why I am not going forward? and yet, I'm trying as much as possible. Why are these, kind of demonic activities? What you are saying is, Prabhupada is mentioning here, influence of anger, false prestige, and harshness. These are, kind of demonic natures. But sometimes, you're outside there, you're doing Harinam, and then, you meet all these people, and, you get out of your mind, you start, being harsh, or, sometimes you're angry, and, you're trying to, push these things for Krishna. So, there is that tendency that, there is always that, fighting, who is going to win, or, which nature is above the other. But, as far as, we are engaged ourselves in devotional service, then, we are, fit to be on the divine nature, like, Arjuna is being, encouraged here, or being told by Krishna that, his duty as a Kshatriya, he has to shoot the arrows. So we also have to, go out there, push Krishna consciousness, no matter what happens, I remember one time when I was just a doctor, I was outside there preaching, trying to, sell books, and then I got into contact with these 3 guys who had just come from India, Kenyans, and they were Indian. And they were like, hey, you become a demon. Why are you, worshiping, following Indian? And they really cornered me. They wanted to beat me up, But somehow or other, I don't know, I started, praying for my Shiva to protect me. And when I closed my eyes, when I opened these guys, I disappeared. I was like, oh, thank God, I'm safe. So it's quite difficult, it's quite difficult when you meet this kind of, people on the streets, and, you want to be on the safe side, but at the same time, you have to, it's like fighting for your own survival. So, most people also, they always, telling, tell them, the Bhagavad Gita, being the greatest book, it was spoken on a battlefield, There was a lot of blood that was spilled, A lot of people killed because of this, this Bhagavad Gita. So, we should strive, strive to, go preach as usual, and, try to develop the divine qualities so that, at least we can be at our best, because there's nothing else to do apart from praising ourselves in Krishna consciousness. So, like Prabhu is always mentioning, this, our duty, our prime duty is to become Krishna conscious and, elevate ourselves, because, as I said, my culture is it's very demonic. If you get into it, and I was just thinking, even the Christians sometimes, it's so hard, because the next text is mentioning that the divine people follow the scriptures as per what the scriptures is saying, and whereas the demoniac, they really do not follow the scriptures as prescribed. So then it comes to like, what does the scripture say, and what are people supposed to be doing? Is is thinking of the Bible, which most Christians, because they eat meat, they always say like the Bible does not condemn killing animals, but the law is there. The Prabhupada always used to mention thou shalt not kill. It's very straightforward. You don't need a degree or whatever to understand a simple statement like thou shalt not kill. And even going deeper, you find that there are verses in the Bible that, condemn, killing says that, if one kills a bull, it's just like he has killed a man. And the Christians normally, they claim that, you're not supposed to kill a man. You can kill an animal, but you cannot kill a man. But at the same time, the Bible says whoever kills a bull is just like he kills a man. So it's very difficult to figure out, where divinity starts and where divinity ends. And, we are so fortunate, with the Bhagavad Gita, great acharyas like Srila Prabhupada who have, come up with, encouraging us, to engage ourselves in devotional service, so that at least we can, acquire or get these divine natures and, elevate ourselves and, become Krishna conscious and become divine in nature. So anyway, I'll not talk much, the purport was short. I'll keep it at that. If there is any discussion, I'm sorry. Srila Prabhupada ki.
African culture is not demoniac. These others who have come here and they make them demoniac.
Sure.
They make them demoniac. But real culture is very good culture.
Yes, it was, because I remember when I was growing up, I never saw butcheries when I was young. Butcheries they never existed.
Adopted culture, which make them demoniac.
Yes, and they are following the Bible. They claim they are following it.
Or demoniac. African culture, they are worshippers of ancestors.
Yes,
that
true.
is the Vedic culture.
Yes, very
even
true.
Our Vedas. Worshippers of the ancestors are not demoniac.
Yes.
They are following the Vedic culture. But the other culture which has come here, they make them demoniac. Now Hare Krishna has come to make them again
back to God.
Vedic culture.
It's true. It's true. Jai. Thank you so much. Thank you.